we will go live on the YouTube and the Facebook. Good Sunday evening, everyone. Meteorologist Andrew Stutzke here with you, as usual, for our Sunday evening weather chat discussion, so you can know what to expect for the week ahead. I've got a few things to talk about, including that well-advertised warm-up that is going to bring widespread 80s. And we're not talking about just touching 80 degrees. We're talking about temperatures as warm as 83, 84, 85, 86 potentially. Yeah, it's in the cards. And even much of Iowa looks like it's going to be well into the 80s off to our west. In fact, a few 90s possible in parts of the Midwest this week. So the summertime heat, it's coming in for a little bit of a preview. The one nice thing about this coming in now, though, is we're not going to have oppressive levels of humidity. Why? Well, there's no crop that's currently sprouting out of the ground, producing all of this extra moisture. So that's going to be something nice. It's going to be a comfortable warmth this week, if you will, because we're going to be missing a lot of that moisture. So we're going to talk about the 80s, how long they'll stick around. We'll talk about the storm chances too, as well as the potential to see some stronger storms. We'll take a look at which areas are going to be under the gun for that this week, and then when we'll see a little bit of a cool down in the days ahead. So welcome to the discussion. If you know of somebody that would enjoy this, go ahead and give it a share on your page. The more reach we can get, the better. And a reminder too, we're also streaming this on WQAD.com in the weather section, right at the top of the discussion there. A little bit surprising on how tough some of those rain showers held together today. Was not really expecting that to make it in here, but it did. In fact, as I was on my way in on 280 around 2 o'clock this afternoon, there was a good downpour out of that. Needless to say, my beautifully clean car that I washed on Friday night, it's dirty again. So if it makes you feel any better, even the weather guy here was fooled, and his clean car was ruined by today's rain as well. It was quick, though, in and out. Didn't add up to a whole lot. In fact, only measured a trace here at the airport. I think we got a little bit more than that compared to what I get into the east of that rain band here, east of the Quad Cities. But nonetheless, that's certainly something that was a bit surprising. We're not expecting any rain tonight, though. In fact, dry conditions will be taking hold, and that's where we'll start. Very warm evening in progress. We're still into the 50s for many of us, but we'll fall back into the 40s tonight. Not nearly as cool. By the way, we've had a couple people ask online, are we done with the process of back and forth with the flowers and the plants because of the frost and the freeze? Well, I don't think we're going to be worrying about frosty or freezy conditions either for the next several days. So get your plants back outside. I think you can leave them there. Not 100% sure we may not have another frost or not, because that can still happen in May. But in the near term, you can leave them outside. We're not going to be worried about any frost or freeze coming our way in the next several days. So here's what brought us the showers a little bit earlier this evening. Warm front that was sitting off to the south managed to kick up just enough moisture. In fact, that band made it all the way to Chicago, as you can see there, before it just evaporated, losing a lot of the forcing mechanism with that. But the warm front sitting to our south, it will remain inactive as we head through tonight. It will move through tomorrow morning and then really increase the south winds. We could see near wind advisory criteria wind tomorrow, easily gusting close to 40 miles an hour. I know we're kind of sick of the wind. We've seen a lot of that lately. But unfortunately, it's going to be coming back tomorrow with more gusto, is the way I'm describing it right now. Tomorrow, because of that south wind and the fact we'll have some sunshine at times, and the warm front well to our north means, tomorrow we're likely going to be hitting 80 for the afternoon. There we are at lunchtime, already in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, easily a shorts and short sleeves kind of day. Easily with these kind of temperatures. And there you see, taking it to 4 o'clock. Future track taking us up to 81. I'm going to keep it a little bit more conservative just because I'm not too sure about cloud trends the way that I've looked at the data right now. But I think 80 tomorrow is a fairly safe bet. Dry as well. That warm front's well to the north, and it'll keep any rain chance away from us. And even warm tomorrow night, too. In fact, I mentioned earlier, barbecue alert tomorrow night. Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a little windy. But if you can get out of the wind, if you're in the garage, or maybe you have a larger shed or a cooking area that's kind of sheltered away from the wind, I think that'd be a beautiful evening tomorrow to get outside and do a little grilling with temperatures still in the 70s at 8 o'clock. in the evening. It's going to be gorgeous. Still quiet tomorrow night too. Now we're really going to be watching for the changes coming in as we head towards the middle of the week. So we initially start out cool today, but look at the warmth off to the southwest quickly translate itself into here by tomorrow. And really the core of this warmth is going to be here on Tuesday. Tuesday will be the warmest day where we see highs easily in the low to mid 80s. Then we kind of go back to reality a little bit. We cool down for the middle of the week before more warmth builds to the south and west. And notice that's a deeper hue of red compared to what we started the week with. And eventually that warmth is going to have to move back in our direction. It will do that next weekend, where we're looking at another round of solidly 70-degree weather. Here's what we're looking at in terms of the severe storm zones as we head into Tuesday. So nothing really expected tomorrow. We stay dry. Tuesday, especially Tuesday night, is when things get a little bit more active. So here we are at 9 o'clock Tuesday evening, very late in the evening, obviously. You see we're kind of in the orange zone there. Any bigger threat for severe weather, I think that's going to remain to our south in parts of Texas, Kansas, and Nebraska there. Or, excuse me, most of Kansas and Oklahoma. It really doesn't get into Nebraska. But let's put this into motion here. And you can see, yeah, we're going to see some isolated to widely scattered storm activity as we head into the very early morning hours of Wednesday itself. There you see kind of a cluster forming to the north of the Quad Cities by about 4 o'clock in the morning. The big question mark remains, what are we going to do for Wednesday? Because as of right now, Future Track shows the more substantial storm activity well to our south, and that's likely where it's going to remain. There'll be a cold front working through, though, from the north, and depending on how much instability and how much sun we can get in here during the day on Wednesday, that will determine our severe threat for that time period itself. As of right now, I'm not too worried about it. Doesn't look to be a big deal, but it's certainly something we'll keep an eye on. We have to, of course, this time of year. Mother Nature can throw you those kind of curveballs. Rain chances for the week, best centered around Wednesday, and even then it's scattered. I was initially had this at widespread a couple of days ago, but now it looks like things are going to be more scattered, and I think the heaviest, most widespread rains will fall to the south, and that's okay. We had a lot of rain this month. We don't need another big soaking around here, at least for a couple more weeks. Let's let the stuff that we had last week and the week before, let's let that settle in a little bit before we get in the next round, and it looks like we'll do that. So Wednesday, the best day to see some rain around here in terms of the severe threat. Not really a big deal on Tuesday. It's low, very isolated on Wednesday. Again, we'll keep an eye on it. Rainfall amounts are not impressive here either. Generally speaking, about a half an inch or less for most of us by Wednesday. Here's the rainfall all the way through Thursday noon. And you notice, yeah, the heaviest swath is well to the south of us, and that's where models have been consistently painting the majority of the moisture with that Wednesday system is going to go. It's going to go down to central Illinois and downstate Illinois. Meanwhile, we're kind of sandwiched in between. There's another heavier band of rain to the north in Wisconsin and Minnesota. We're caught in the middle there with amounts between a quarter of an inch to a half an inch. Again, not going to be a big deal, and we really don't need the heavy rain. We had all of that weeks ago, and we do need a little bit of a break so farmers can continue to work in the fields. There's a lot of planting going on and a lot of tilling, by the way, I noticed today driving in. 47 is where we're at right now in Davenport. Winds have lightened up a bit, which was nice. They were a little breezier early this evening. There you see the cooler influence of Lake Michigan. We've got an east wind in play right now. The closer you are to that cold lake, hence the cooler your temperatures are going to be. Look at the lakefront near Chicago in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees. Meanwhile, thank goodness we're not that close to it. We're still hanging on to our 40s right now. I think about 45 is a good number for us to land tonight. Partly cloudy with light winds. Tomorrow, though, the winds will really increase. Sustained at about 20 miles an hour with gusts near 40 miles an hour by the afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, and we'll see highs easily into the upper 70s to right around 80. We go even warmer for Tuesday, mid-80s. Again, no humidity, though. We're not going to be dealing with that oppressive humidity like we usually do in the summertime heat when it gets that warm. Better chance for showers and storms will arrive on Wednesday. Again, the coverage and severe threat of that's going to depend on how warm we get, how much sun we see. So stay tuned with us. We'll fine-tune those details here in the next 24 hours or so. A little cooler on the backside of this, but notice our average high is about 66 this time of year. So really, we're above average for about 90% of the week that's ahead of us here, which is nice. Big change. Dry through next weekend, the way things look right now, mid-70s for your weekend next weekend, by the way. Great stretch of weather. I've got a lot of yard work to do. I've got a lot of mulch to get down. I definitely have to mow the lawn tomorrow. I'll be doing that for sure. It'll be nice to at least have the breeze to keep you a little cool as I'm doing the lawn tomorrow. That'll be nice, but really great work, especially for the farming community. You've really got a fantastically nice week ahead to get a lot of the field work done, maybe even some planting. Again, I can't guarantee that we're not going to see another frost in the next couple of weeks. That's certainly possible, but I think in terms of that freeze potential, I think it's safe to say we're done with that. Looking at some of the long-range models, it's kind of warm around here. So we'll wait and see on the frost, but certainly I think the freeze threat, it's now behind us, which is good. So you can stop dragging the plants in and out, in and out, in and out. I know we're all kind of sick of that routine by now, but that is this time of year after all. We'll go into the comment section here and see who we've got in the live stream this evening. Hope you guys had a great weekend. By the way, I have there's an app called Time Hop, which allows you to go back and see things that you posted so many years ago on the same day. So one of them that came up this morning was from 10 years ago, and this would have been when I was still going to Iowa State, I want to say, and of course that's in Ames. Gas prices 10 years ago today, $3.99 a gallon in sterling back at home. In Ames, it was $3.69. $4 a gallon gas 10 years ago. Let us pray and hope that we don't go back to those numbers anytime soon. That was crazy. 10 years ago today, $4 a gallon for gasoline. Yuck. Absolutely disgusting. So let's hope we don't revisit those numbers anytime soon. Let's see if we can pull this post up. I always have a problem with this. It just never wants to work. Well, I can at least get my my page to pull up here. I know on the main page we've got Pete saying hi. We have Rick saying good evening. Hi, Rick. We've got Coral saying she wishes she could get us again. I know. It's been dragging on and on. The biggest thing I can recommend is get a Roku stick or get an antenna. I cut the cord last year, and I don't miss it one bit. We have got Dawn saying hello. We've got Russ saying thank you. Is it Barbetta? I like that. That's a unique name. Saying she misses us as well. Yeah, all I can recommend, guys, is get the Roku or get the antenna. It really is the way to go. Hi, Julie. Hello, Kathy. She's saying hi to Vicky. And Pete's saying people still use Time Hop. I use Time Hop. I love it. I think it's really cool to go back in time and see what idiotic things I posted in my younger youth. There's some really good content on there that kind of makes me laugh someday. So yeah, Time Hop for me is pretty cool. I know you can do Facebook memories and all that, but for me, Time Hop, it's the all-in-one stop. It does your pictures, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram. It's all in one place. And that's perfect for an individual like myself who doesn't like to go to all these different apps. It works out really nicely. Over on my page, we've got Chuck saying we don't need any rain, and yes, I agree. We don't. We had a lot of it a couple of weeks ago. We don't need any more. We're good for a little while. Hey, Amy, good friend from Galesburg. Beautiful day. You guys escaped the rain. We didn't up here, so at least my forecast verified for half the area. That makes me feel a little bit better. Wish you could keep it this way. The weather, that is, I agree. Today was almost perfect, despite the rain coming through. Hello, Teresa. Severe weather we're going to be watching late Tuesday into Wednesday. Again, right now, not a big deal. But, of course, we'll keep you updated as the week goes through here. Cooper's doing really well, Chuck. Thanks for asking. He's still a very, very big boy, but he's a good boy. He's very good. Tony, hello. Freeport looks good. Dixon looks good. Stay dry for a couple of days. In fact, even though you're further north, I think you still have a good chance at hitting the 80-degree mark, too. If not tomorrow, definitely Tuesday. Tuesday's the day everybody gets on in the 80s, no matter where you live. Hi, Ginger. Hello, Linnell. Also in the Time Hop crowd. Rock on. I don't know. Is there a better way? I mean, Time Hop just has everything in one place. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, Chuck's from Tampico. Home of Mitchell's Melons, by the way. If you have never had a Mitchell's Melon, you are missing out big time. I grew up on Mitchell's Melons. in Tampico. So good. Check them out. Hello, Nancy. Good to see you in the chat this evening. Paul is ready to go storm chasing. The beast is getting bored, you know. I go by it and it looks like it's frowning. The truck. It's had no action lately. Hopefully soon. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. We don't want any damage though. We don't want any fatalities. We want something to happen in a open area that doesn't cause any damage or destruction, but looks pretty in terms of storm structure. That's what we want. Mary's wondering how windy on Monday and Tuesday. So Monday, tomorrow, I think is going to be the strongest of the winds. We're looking at sustained winds of 20 miles an hour, gusts to 40 miles an hour. Tuesday, very similar, but not nearly as gusty in terms of getting those gusts up to 40. I think more of a 30 mile an hour gust day for us on Tuesday. So tomorrow, really the brunt of the wind that comes in. A little less stronger winds, if you can say it that way, coming in on a Tuesday. But certainly we have had our fair share of wind over the last several weeks, and I know we're tired of it. That's something that hopefully we can tamper down a little bit in the weeks ahead. We've got Paul saying he misses Dutch Diner in Tampico. You know, I've heard about that place. Linnell saying Thompson's melons are the best from Thompson, Illinois. I'll have to check that place out. I have not heard of that. Chuck, yes, I will. I'm going to have to come there this summer and check them out. Absolutely. All right, guys, I think we're all caught up on both pages. Thanks for joining me for the live stream this evening. I hope to see you for News 8 at 10. We've got another sports person back in the studio. We brought back Corey Kuffler back into the building yesterday. Celia returns with us tonight, and of course she's got a brand new episode of The Score coming up after the newscast that starts at 10:35, the Quad Cities' only half-hour sports show. I think we're still saying that. That starts your way at 10:35. I will see you guys bright and early Tuesday morning. Eric taking some well-deserved time off this week. He will be here tomorrow morning, and then I'll be taking over for the morning show for his shoes here Tuesday morning, and then Morgan will be in for the remainder of the week. So I'll be setting the early alarm one day this week, and then just a regular week for us, I guess. Storm Track 8 University, we'll see. I got to get with Morgan and see her thoughts on that because she'll be doing the morning. I'll still be recovering from the early morning likely on Wednesday. That sleep cycle shift is brutal when you do it one day a week. But we'll see what happens with that. Of course, we'll send out the notification via the News 8 app if we decide to do that Storm Track 8 University. We've got another Verify coming your way this week. Not sure on what day. It might be Tuesday, my first guess. But the Verify this week centers around winter cold and the bug population. It's a really interesting one. I think it's really going to clear up a lot of misconceptions. And again, we'll have that likely on Tuesday. So we're looking forward to that. We'll see you in about 40 minutes or so from now. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Do make tomorrow, Monday, of course, a great one. Enjoy the 80s while they're here. We'll see you in a bit.